What happened to Christmas? I mean, I grew up, I still am, a nice Catholic, church going, God loving boy. So I'm a big fan of Christmas. And it's not just because I'm scared of getting sent to hell otherwise. But I feel like Christmas over the years, or getting older, over the years of my life, has been getting less and less interesting. It's lost its luster. Like I remember being a kid and always having like one big. I don't know how everyone else's Christmas is set up. I've only ever done mine, but I always got like one big gift and then just like regular gifts, like a board game, blah blah blah. But I would get like one big gift, like a guitar or an iPod or a phone or a PlayStation. And then slowly, like into high school, like I think I got my PlayStation eighth grade, ninth freshman year I got a phone, my first like smartphone. And then 10th grade, I can't think of anything I got. 11th grade, I couldn't think of anything. Senior year, I couldn't think of anything I got. I mean, I know I got like records and sweatshirts and stuff, but there wasn't any like big gift anymore. And I'm all right with that. I don't need anything big, but it is like it certainly has you're not like hyped up like, "Oh, I hope I get the PlayStation." It's just like, well, I only want things that are less than like $30. So if I don't get them, I'll just buy them. But back before I had a job, is it because I had a job? I have a job? You know what I mean? Like even at my best youngest years, if I asked for the guitar I just bought myself, I'm just using it as an example. I'm not gonna keep talking about the guitar all the time, but even at my best Christmas, if I asked for that, it would be like, "You're not getting that. Are you nuts? You know how expensive that is?" But now I can just buy it for myself. You know what I mean? So I guess gifts are like, I mean, I like getting free stuff, but don't. And it's kind of more just like, oh, you don't have to get me anything, and you mean it. You're not just saying it. But if a relative is like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? And it's like, oh, come on, I'm an adult. I make money. I can buy it myself. You don't have to worry about it. But I mean, eighth grade was the last time I can remember really being 100% excited, enthralled with Christmas spirit, where I was listening to just had Pandora back when that was a thing. Well, it's still a thing, but back when it was popular, I had Pandora, just Christmas radio all the time. I was watching. I had lights hung up in my room. I had a Christmas tree in my bedroom, and I was watching Christmas movies every night. I remember, like I had that was before I had a regular TV, so I had like the old fat huge big plastic TV in my room, and I was watching movies on that. And then I guess yeah, because that was the year that I got a PlayStation. So then that was the year that I bought myself like an actual HD TV, not the home garden television or whatever the heck that TV show stands for with Property Brothers, but an HD TV. But that was, I mean, that's the last time I can really think of just being excited. Everything after that was me just trying to recreate that feeling from eighth grade. But eighth grade was the time I really meant it. And it just kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, of course, like I said, I've always loved Christmas, but that was the first year that I really was like, I'm going all out. And then senior year, I would walk around, uh, I would walk around the hallways from class to class with my speaker and my backpack, just blasting Christmas music, because it was kind of like I'm kind of doing a parody of the kids that would walk around with rap music and stuff playing out of their bags, and everyone's just like, "Really? That's cool. You're cool." Or at least that's what I thought, sarcastically. So I'm doing a joke on them because it's like Christmas music is funny. Like there's clearly a sense of humor to it, but it also is like, come on, you're allowed to yell, you're allowed to get annoyed at the kid who's playing rap music, but you're gonna get annoyed at the kid playing Christmas music. Like you're being a Grinch. So that was always fun. The teachers liked it. That might just be because the teachers liked me because I was hilarious. But well, then it got weird because then there was this other kid who thought like seemingly all on his own came up with the idea of carrying a speaker around school to play Christmas music. And look, I'm not saying that I should patent that or copyright it, but even if you had that idea 100% on your own, if you show up to school and I'm already doing it, then it's not your idea. Then you are not the pioneer, even if you think you came up with it. My friend, I'm already doing it. You can. So I showed up to school and this other kid had a carabiner speaker clipped onto his belt loop, walking around with Christmas music, and it was just like, you're not the kind of guy who I get along with. Just I mean, no, completely no offense, but a little offense because you were trying to steal my mojo here. This kid was like a nerd, and I guess in some ways you could see that as like, oh, we'll just give him a shot. He's a nerd. Let him hang out and do a fun thing for a day. But it also is just like, do your own fun thing. I'm not saying nerds can't be cool, but certainly you can't be cool if you're doing something that I already am doing, even if I'm not cool. That's not cool, man. So that got boring quick because these weirdos would started copying me. So I don't know. Is it just music? Is it the movies? I mean, now I would love to sit down and watch a Christmas movie, but I don't have any time for it. Like, even normally, I'm just adamant about, like, I'm not watching or listening to Christmas music until December 1st. Like, some people are like, oh, Thanksgiving's over. That's how my dad is. Oh, Thanksgiving's over, so we can watch Christmas movies. And I'm like, I get what you're saying. That's just not how I roll, Dad. December 1st or bust. So I would normally wait till December 1st, and now it's December 10th. Today is December 10th, and I have yet to watch a Christmas movie. I've listened to maybe 3 Christmas songs, and it's just like, I want to, but I have no time. I go to school, I go to work. I don't have time to listen to Christmas music. And it sucks, because I want to. But I mean, it's just, I don't want to force it either. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I'm trying to get classes done. I have finals coming up, and I'm just like, what can I do to help? I could play Christmas music in the background. I mean, it just wouldn't fit. I want to be able to take it easy, and up until now, I haven't been able to take it easy. So once finals are over, maybe I'll be able to sit back and relax, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Is it a gift thing? Like I said, I haven't gotten a big gift in a while, but my list is just starting to get boring. Like I think I said in another episode, I didn't even want to make one this year because I knew everything that was going to be on it was just going to be groceries. And I don't want people to have to feel like they're grocery shopping for me. I mean, if you genuinely wanted to know what I want for December, it's laundry detergent, Easy Mac, and a new light bulb for my bathroom. But I'll just buy that all myself. I guess, and that's another thing. Like, I have a job now, and it takes the fun out of it to be able to buy myself stuff I want. But it is just like, I genuinely feel that feeling that I never thought I would, where I'm like, you don't have to buy me anything. You don't have to buy me anything, to whoever I'm saying it to. Because it's just like, everything I want is under $30. So I'll just buy it myself. That's nothing. But then, for gifts that are for myself that are like, not to keep bringing it up, but a guitar. You know what I mean? I just bought myself a guitar. Like I said, blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to show off. I'm just saying. Where that was a thing, like, if I asked for that for Christmas, never in 100 years would I have gotten it. So this, I just had to buy myself. And I did, and it was fun. It was worth it. It was a nice treat to myself. But then, I mean, I don't know what I want now anymore. It's just socks. I want some socks. I want some shirts. I want some records and a couple movies. But I also want people to see my list and to actually come up with something like based off the list, not something that's on the list. I'm alright with not getting everything I want on my list, and I hope that not everything I open on Christmas is from my list, because I want to be surprised. I mean, there's some fun in that too. I don't want to know what I'm getting. I never understood the kids, even like 6th grade, there was this kid I knew who was like, oh yeah, my mom got me an iPad. And it was like December 3rd, and this kid's using an iPad, and I'm just like, well, for what? And he's like, well, for Christmas. I'm just not going to get any gifts. I'm not going to be allowed to open any gifts on Christmas, but this is my gift. I'm using it now. Like, first of all, you have to open your gift on Christmas, even if you know what it is. Second of all, you shouldn't know what it is. You're not allowed to tell your kids what you're getting them for Christmas, and you're not allowed to just give someone a list and go, here's the 3 things I want. No more, no less. All right? Even you can get me more, but get me at least these 3 things. It's like, oh, unless it's something like life support and insulin, I get it. But come on. Buy it yourself. This is like gifts. This is supposed to be thoughtful. This was probably the best Christmas I've ever had of actually getting like thoughtful gifts. And I mean, there's stuff I bought at the store, of course, but I mean, like, it's the thought that counts. I got my mom that canvas. I got my dad that Bills turf. Like, I mean, not everything has to be homemade to be thoughtful, I guess. But you know what kind of gifts I hate? Gifts that become my homework assignment. Now, this isn't a Christmas story, but I'll put it in the same realm because it was a gift. My birthday in like second grade, this weirdo girl who my mom was friends with their mom, so she had to come to my party, got me an ant farm for second grade. And you know what? Things started coming clearer to me, and I was like, you know what? This girl isn't so bad. She got me an ant farm. That's awesome. That's awesome. Ant farms are cool. So after everyone left, I opened it up. I'm ready to play with my ants, and it's just this gel terrarium with no ants. But there's a postcard in it for you to order the ants on your own. And and you know what I did? I never ever used it once. I never ever bought those ants. And you know why? Because I'm not doing your job for you. If you're getting me an ant farm, it better dang sure come with ants. Because now why in the world would I buy myself ants? Even if I have an ant farm now. That's your job. Maybe if I had just already bought ants in the mail for no reason, I was like, oh, this will be a perfect place to put my ants. But no, you can't. I mean, I have no reason to buy ants. You're the one giving me the ant farm. And that happened last year with Jason got me a cotton candy machine, which I'm thankful for, of course. I love cotton candy. But it didn't come with any sugar. Now what am I supposed to do with that? I can't make any cotton candy. So how do you feel Christmas is gone? Do you feel similarly to me? As in it's lost its luster? And is it just because we're older? Is it because presents aren't as necessary anymore? Is it because there's no time to listen to anything? Or is it just Corona? Corona's just made this year fly by. I'm not ready for it to be Christmas already. Let me know how you feel. On a completely other note, to finish off this episode, now, we're only 12 minutes in, I know, but this might take a little bit. I've collected 10 different tunes that I have made up. And if you're following the channel, been listening to every episode, you would know that I'm writing songs with my brother to put them onto an album for July, for his birthday in July. So it's only December, and I've got 10 songs. I know I need 10 songs for the album. And we're a month in, and we've already got 10 tunes. Now, bear with me, they're not 100% full songs, but I'm going to play the tunes for you, and maybe you can give some feedback and tell me if you think if these are worth turning into entire songs. But we need 10 for a record. Now, like I said, we have until July, so there's plenty of time to swap and make new songs, and I'm going to plan on making new songs, but for right now, I'd like to play what I've gotten so far. And I'm going to play the entire song, so this might be a little bit of a long episode, but please bear with me. We've got 10 tunes to go. The first 2 are the longest. But here's song number 1. So what do you think? That's not the entire thing. I don't think. I think I might add another. Alright, I'll repeat. Whatever. You don't need to know. Alright, when I actually finish the song, I'm going to put the entire thing on YouTube. But what do you think of that tune? Is it worthy of turning into an actual song? Secondly, this actually, there's only 9 here, because there's one I have written down, but I only have the words for it, and I'm not going to say any of the words, but this is just for the tunes. On that note, here we go with tune number 2. What do you think? What do you think? Is that worth throwing into the album? Now, recording wise, those two are the longest. I mean, everything from here is now just like little riffs. But here's the third one I got for you. Now, that sounded a little lackluster. It's weird to hear now because that's from July. Jeez, I made that up in July, I guess. But now it's a lot quicker, and I've been doing like hammering on the tune, so it's like do 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 do, like something like that. That's how it goes, but that's the tone, at least you can hear it. And that's another thing about these songs, or about these recordings, is like I kind of record them quick and just be like, I want this on file in case I forget anything I made up. I can hear it and reteach it to myself. But I mean, these are not the official recordings, so if you hear me go screw up, like hit the wrong note, it's just like you should be able to hear what I'm going for. And of course, I wouldn't release it if it didn't sound perfect. Now, speaking of that, this is a perfect example of it. This is a song I made up 2 days ago. This took me like an hour to come up with. And some of them take me like 3 seconds to come up with. But here's another tune I have. Tell me what you think of this one. So that I recorded that onto Snapchat, so if you hear the pauses, I apologize. Now here's a song immediately after that. After sitting for an hour and trying to come up with the thing I just played you, me and my brother just sat down on the drums and the guitar and seriously came up with this just jamming. That was fun. Now, I kind of want this album to be like an amalgamation of different kinds of music. I mean, I don't know what the heck I like to play yet. So, some of it's slow, some of it's fun. I'll be honest, this is just a ripoff of Helter Skelter by the Beatles. But I think it's quality in the way that, like, if you were making a movie and you didn't have enough money to pay for Helter Skelter and you paid me to make up something for you, I think you'd be pleased with what I came up with. No, I'll let that one fade out because it's not even close to done. I mean, that's just actually us jamming. I knew what the beginning part was, but I'm kind of trying to find what sounds good along the way. I just have it on video just so I can, like I said, teach it to myself later if I want to remember it. But I had it on file, so I wanted to show it to you. Now next, we have another short riff for you. This is with another one using a chorus pedal, which is the sound that, like Kurt Cobain when he's playing "Come as You Are," like da 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 da, like that makes it sound underwater. I can't. My voice can't get that low. All right, bear with me. So here's one I made up with the chorus pedal. Was that fun? I hope so. Maybe I'll turn that into something sad. I don't know. Maybe Yeah, maybe I will. I don't know what else to say. Now, last, I wanted to have something in there with a piano or an organ or something. So this is just something I seriously came up with today in probably less than a minute. But I got a recording of it. This is an organ on my keyboard that I played. So tell me what you think. This is the last one. I know I said 10 songs and we only went through 8, but one of them didn't have words and one of them's going to be a cover. And I haven't picked the song yet, but I know I don't have to worry about 2 of those. Tell me what you think of this organ tune, though. It's only 20 seconds. Bear with me. Oh, I wish I didn't screw up in the end there. Now that was just me screwing around in the end. Like, that was a song, and then I just hit random things, but it sounded perfect. And I screwed it up. Let's listen to it again. It sounds like the end of a Bob Ross painting episode. And then I stop and play over myself, and I ruined it. But that's it, everybody. That's the songs. I expected this to go longer, but I made it short and sweet for you. I mean, there's other stuff we've made. Don't get me wrong. There's other stuff we recorded, but I don't know. Nothing worth putting onto the album. And even that might not be worth putting onto the album. Like I said, we have until July, so I'm sure we'll have something else to take something's place and move it around. But that's what we're working with now. Do you think we're on the right track? I mean, I do genuinely want to hear some comments on that. I know no one really ever comments, but if you made it this far into the episode and you didn't hate that, let me know. And if you did hate it, also let me know. I would love to know. Now, what else do I have in the notes here? Anyway, what am I thinking? Speaking of music, what better way to wrap up the show than with another Christmas song and the White Coffee Christmas episode? This is my favorite Christmas song of all time. When I think back to the times where I was, my butt is asleep. Is it really? No, it was just my pants were slowly inching up my butt, and it felt like it was asleep. Anyway, this is my favorite Christmas song. It's the most catchy. It's the most beautiful melody. And rest in peace, 40 years ago, on Tuesday, 2 days ago. Tuesday, this was this guy's 40th anniversary of his death, sadly. A beautiful songwriter and a melody writer at its best. Now, it's weird to sit here and listen to the songs I made and then listen to anything by John Lennon and go, and then not immediately want to quit ever doing music again, because I will never be a John Lennon. I don't even think I'll be a Sean Lennon or a Julian Lennon or even any of their friends or even a Yoko Ono at that. Who I didn't know actually singing that song. That's the lady in the background goes, "And the Merry Christmas." And no, I don't think that's offensive to do her voice, by the way. That's how she sounds. I'm not saying this is how Japanese people sound. I'm saying this is how Yoko Ono sounds. And if you can listen to her actually sing and tell me that that's not how she sounds, then you're a liar. Anyway, a beautiful song. That was, I didn't even say the name. It's called Happy Xmas, War is Over by John Lennon. The late, great John Lennon, who died 40 years ago this week, I guess. 40 years ago this week. Officially 2 days ago. Now, another movie, or a movie that came out almost 40 years ago, was the Christmas classic, following the theme of Christmas movies, loosely, was the action thriller from 1988, Die Hard, starring Bruce Willis. When a New York City policeman, John McClane, is visiting his estranged wife and 2 daughters on Christmas Eve, he joins his wife at a holiday party in the headquarters of the Japanese-owned business she works for. But the festivities are interrupted by a group of terrorists who take over the exclusive high-rise and everyone in it. Very soon, McClane realizes that there's no one to save the hostages but him. If you've never seen Die Hard, I highly recommend it. You don't have to watch it on Christmas, but it is a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas party, or Christmas Eve party, and then Alan Rickman, you know, the guy who plays Snape in Harry Potter, he's a terrorist who wants to steal a bunch of bearer bonds from this company, and John McClane didn't get held hostage because he was in another room, so he's sneaking through the vents trying to kill all these assassins. No, all these terrorists. Yeah, spooky. I highly recommend it. Lastly, I highly recommend to use the word assuage in your sentences. Today, it's a verb meaning to make less intense. Make something that's intense less intense. So to relieve something, I guess, to assuage your nausea, you would drink Pepto-Bismol. That's a sentence I just made up. Or to satisfy an appetite or desire, to assuage. To relieve, I guess, is still appease, relieve, soothe, alleviate, relieve. Now that's all I got for white coffee. Of course, like I say, I don't want to sit here and just ramble on, even though that's what the whole podcast was. I don't want to ramble on here and then go, what else could I talk about? Miss Lippy's car is green. So we'll wrap up the episode by seeing how the last episode did. It is certainly not as popular as any of the other episodes have ever been. But we've got 10 views on it. We've got 10 views on it. Slowly, I mean, it's only been 2 days. So we'll see what happens. Maybe YouTube finally caught on and was like, this guy's not doing anything well with his fame. So we'll take it away. But the episode before that's up to 212 views. I lost my wallet today. Wait, what? Yeah. Sorry. I lost my wallet today. It has 212 views. So that's fun. That's fun. I said, wait, what? Because that surprised me. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. But either way, I lost my wallet today. Did great. Maybe we could get more views on an I Got Hustled at an Outback Steakhouse. That might be my favorite story. That's not true. That might be one of my favorite stories of all time. And it is. It's one of my favorite stories of all time, even though it only happened the other day, because it's hilarious. A $20 tip for a $27 meal? Come on. What's not to like about that? But I'm not going to pussyfoot around here. I'm going to end the episode here while we're ahead. Hopefully you enjoyed the Christmas rant and then stuck around for the music. I'm sorry if you hated it, but if you did, please let me know. And if you were wondering why I'm swallowing so much, if you can hear me swallow, it's because I just chugged a bunch of eggnog, and I've been drinking eggnog throughout this episode. So, I'll see you all on Tuesday's episode of White Coffee.